Algebra 2 Spring Test number 12 study guide. First section is writing equations in logarithmic form. Remember, it's log base 2, this is your base, of 128 equals 7. That's logarithmic form. Same thing with this one. Log base 125 of 625 equals the exponent 4/3. Evaluating these logarithms, asking, it's saying log base 2, so 2 to the what power equals 1 over 64. Well, it has to be a negative value to make 2 over 1 become 1 over something, to make it flip. So it's going to be a negative exponent, and then 2 raised to what power gives you 64? 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16, times 2 is 34, times 1 more 2, which is 6, is 64. So the exponent, the simplified evaluating it, is -6 for number 3. It's saying 4 to what power is 16 for number 4, and we know that 4 to the second power, so 2 for number 4. Adding and subtracting these, you're pulling out what they have in common. It says negative 10x over x plus 8 minus 9 over x plus 8. With this one right here, sorry about that, we have the same denominator for this one. They're both x plus 8. So when you simplify this one, it's x plus 8 at the bottom. It's simply negative 10x minus 9. There's not a whole lot we can do to this problem right here. On the other one, however, when you simplify it, yeah, for this one, both of the denominators are going to be the same. But if you notice, it's the difference of a perfect square. X is a perfect square, and so is 36. So what that gives you is x plus 6 times x minus 6. And it's the same thing for the other one, x plus 6, x minus 6. So it's minus that whole thing, and it's x. So if you say that they both have the same denominator, so put them both over x plus 6 times x minus 6, and simply do what's on top, x minus 6. So you can see what's going on here. You have x minus 6 over x minus 6, which you can cancel out. And what's left on the top of your fraction is 1, and what's on the bottom is x plus 6. Number 7, the same thing. You have perfect squares on the bottom. So your denominator for both of these is going to be x plus 4, x minus 4. Same problem as number 6. And then do the top, x minus 4, and you can see what you cancel out, x minus 4 and x minus 4. So 1's still on top, and x plus 4 is on bottom. Simplifying these rational ones, the same thing. We have 4x minus 8 over 4x plus 28. You can take 4 out of the top, so it becomes x minus 2. And you can take 4 out of the bottom. It becomes x plus 7. So what you have in common on both the top and the bottom is 4. So x minus 2 over x plus 7. Number 9 says negative 10x to the third over x to the third minus 2x to the fourth. Take out what they have, leave the top alone, negative 10x to the third for a second, and take out what they have in common on the bottom. They both have x to the third in common. X to the third times 1 is x to the third, minus x to the third times 2x is on the bottom. And the reason we say that is because x to the third plus 1 is going to be x to the fourth, so that's why you can do that. But now you can see what you have to take out. You can take out x to the third divided by x to the third. It leaves you at negative 10 over 1 minus 2x on the bottom. Number 10, you separate these. X, you have the factors of 24 that are going to get you to the number 2 are 6 and 4. So you need both of them to be, you need positive, they're 6 and 4. So x and 6 and x and 4. This one right here tells you that they're going to be opposite signs. This one tells you the bigger one's negative. So 6 is negative, 4 is positive. Do the same thing at the bottom. You have x and x. You want factors of 36. Well, we know our factors of your C value right there, 36. 9 and 4 are going to get you to the number 5. So 9 and 4. And then again, this sign tells you they're opposite. This one tells you the bigger one's negative. So minus 9 plus 4. You can clearly see plus 4 on top. And on bottom, x minus 6 over x minus 9 is your simplified version for 10. Separate the top of this one, x plus 6, x plus 4, plus 4 for this one. X plus 6 times x plus 4 is the top. And x plus 6, x minus 4 at the bottom. X plus 6 cancels out, x plus 4 over x minus 4 for number 11. When you multiply these, if you multiply straight across, 4 times 3 you get 12. 5 times 2 is 10. 8 times a squared is a to the 1 plus 2 is a to the third. So you have 12 divided by 10, or the number 2 goes into both of them. It goes into that one 6 times and into that one 5 times. 6 over 5a to the third power. The same thing for this one, but instead, before you go ahead and do that, you can cancel out. You can cancel at any time you have the same thing at both the top and the bottom. Q plus 2 over Q plus 2. So what it leaves you with is 4Q over negative 2, and then the number 2 goes into both of them. It goes into this one twice, so 2Q, and into this one once, so it becomes negative 1. 2Q over negative 1. You could bring that negative up to the top. Same thing for this one, except you have the difference of two perfect squares here. X plus 4, x plus x minus 4 over 6 times 7x over x plus 4. You can see x plus 4 on top and the bottom. Boom, boom. So you have 7x times x minus 4 over 6. And that's all you can do for that one. Oh, we actually left off. I'm sorry. We left off. There was a 6x right here. So it's 7x over times x minus 4 over 6x. So we can cancel out x over x as well. So 7 times x minus 4 over 6. That's better. So take out what these have in common for number 15. The top's going to stay the same, k plus 3. 2 comes out of the bottom, 2k minus 1. And then in this one, you could take out what they have in common. They have a 3 in common. So 4k squared minus 1. And one more time, now you have perfect, you have the difference of two perfect squares there one more time. So that becomes 3 times 2k plus 1, 2k minus 1. The rest of this is going to stay the same, k plus 3 over 2 times 2k minus 1. And you can see something we can cancel out there. So we can cancel this one and this one. So 3 times k plus 3 times 2k plus 1 over 2. (16) Again, the difference of two perfect squares, y plus 4y minus 4 for the top of that one, over negative 4y, times negative 5y over y minus 4. Let's cancel out everything we can. We can cancel out y over y. We can cancel out negative over negative 2. And we can cancel out y minus 4 over y minus 4. So what we're left with is 5 times y plus 4 over, we still have a 4 at the bottom. Then you have to FOIL number 17. So 2 minus the square root of 5 times 2 minus the square root of 5, since it says they're squared. So 2 times 2, your first terms are 4. 2 times negative square root of 5 is negative 2 square root of 5. Negative square root of 5 times 2, again, is negative 2 square root of 5. And negative square root of 5 times negative square root of 5 is going to be a positive square root of 25, which is positive 5. When we combine these, 4 and 5, you get 9. Negative 2 square root of 5 minus 2 square root of 5 is negative 4 square root of 5. Then we have to divide these. What that means is this turns into multiplication, and this turns into the reciprocal. S minus 6 over S plus 2. The rest of it, you can pull an S out of this, and it becomes S minus 3 over, we can factor this one out, and it becomes S times S. Your factors of 18 are 1 and 18, 9 and 2, and 6 and 3. 6 and 3 are the only ones that are going to get us to our B value of 9. This tells us it's the same sign. That tells us they're both minus. So cancel out what you can. You have S minus 6 you can cancel out. You have S minus 3 you can cancel out. So what's still on the top is S, and what's on the bottom is S plus 2. Okay, then we want vertex form. In order to have vertex form, you have to have a perfect trinomial. Y squared plus 4x plus 0. This C value they have here is no good. So we got to get rid of it. Subtract 0 on both sides. So there's no reason to write subtract 0. So y equals x squared plus 4x. And we want to put in plus C. This is our normal form. So in order to find what C is, remember, C is B divided by 2 squared. Our B value is 4. So 4 divided by 2, which we know is 2 squared. So our plus C is plus 4. If you add 4 to the left side, though, you have to, the right side, you have to add it to the left. So y, we have to add in plus 4 right there, equals, now we have a perfect trinomial here. So remember, we want to take the square root of that, which is x, the square root of that, which is 2, and this sign goes in the middle, plus, and the whole thing is being squared. So in order to make vertex form, which is y equals x plus h squared minus k, then we have to just move that positive 4 over by subtracting it. You got to subtract it from there, though. You can't take it away from the 2 inside the parentheses because of the grouping symbols. Y equals x plus 2 squared minus 4. There's your vertex form. And finally, number 20, simplify. All we have to do is distribute. 8 times 4 is 32. 8 to the 5th times 8 to the 6th is 8 to the 5 plus 6, which is 8 to the 11th. 8 times negative 3 is negative 24. A to the 5th, B to the 7th. Notice they're not the same. So it simply is A to the 5th, B to the 7th. And that's all you can do with that one.